Welcome to another tips and tricks video. Let's start off in the settings. In gameplay, I suggest you make sure your direct control mode, aim assist is disabled, and show fire arcs is enabled. That's very important. By enabling show fire arcs, when you're driving a ship in direct control mode, you can actually see your maximum range, so you aren't stuck guessing when an enemy's in range. Automatically brake can be convenient, which is automatically slowing down your ship when you stop putting in control inputs. But you might want to turn it off for some ship designs, depending on how you play. Just test that one out yourself. Enable weapons control, make sure that one's on, it's automatically on. Another thing, in the ship editor, you want to make sure automatically add doors is off. And I suggest having grab leaves corridors off. It's a personal preference. It's when you pick up a part and move it, is it going to leave corridors behind? To select a group of weapons quickly, you can click and drag over them. Double click to get all weapons facing that side, or triple click to get all weapons of that type. And if you want to be able to not have to click around to get it, you can push Control and a number on your keyboard. So now when I push 1, it selects all those previous weapons. This also works for engines or something. So I can go 1 to select my weapons, 3 to select these engines. And I can use any hotkeys very quickly, such as auto fire. Note that when you push a hotkey, it affects all ships selected. You can see I set auto fire over here, but I had this ship selected, and now it's auto-firing. You might have some weapons that use ammo and others that use energy. If you don't want to waste your ammo, you can set it that your weapons are firing on different clicks. How I did this is by selecting all the weapons, click on the hamburger menu, and then your direct control bindings. Here are your different mouse buttons. You can also do AI controlled, which is the AI will automatically take care of the weapon. That's something you'll do with railguns and rail fanning. Series has a very good guide into rail fanning. You also note that some weapons automatically are going to be direct controlled by a different hotkey. Namely, railguns are controlled by right click. So if you're finding that your weapon is for some reason not firing, you need to use a different button. Same for tractor beams as well. As you can see, the direct control weapon bindings were the mouse buttons, but you can actually change them away from mouse buttons here in your settings, controls, game controls, and then scroll down here. You can make it anything you want. In creative, you can self-destruct any part on your ship by clicking this button right here and then pushing self-destruct. If you're playing career or any like PvP online, you're not going to be able to do that. You can still self-destruct the entire ship, which is pretty much losing, so only do that if you want to go out in fashion and you know you're going to lose. Another thing is when you made a ship, you can go to edit ship name and info, and you can put your ship name in, but there you can also get your designed by and describe the lore. Now, it can get really annoying to have to write who designed a ship every single time you make one. So once you get your name in there, you want to set as default. Now, every new random ship I make, I can go into ship info, and it's already going to have the designed by tag, which means if I were to save it, it would have designed by, even if I didn't go into the ship info. Don't forget to keep an eye on the price of ammo when trying to keep your ship under a certain price bracket. Here the ship is just under 150,000, but when I restock all the ammo, I've gone up by almost 3,000 in price. When using point defense, make sure to change it to defense only, unless you know for a fact you want it to be offensive. If it's not on defense only, it's going to waste time fighting an enemy when it could be defending you from nukes. This also applies to flak. A lot of players underestimate the importance of a bumper. As you can see, this ship here doesn't have a bumper, which means if someone rams into them, they can start shooting at them from inside their shields, versus here, the structures prevent players from getting inside the shields. A small demonstration showing the difference in damage taken. The ship with the bumper only started taking damage after its shields came down or the ram bumper was broken. A bumper does more than just protect shields. When attacking an enemy, if you're rammed against them, you can't really focus your fire because you're just going to hit them all over. You can kind of try if you have guns further back like large deck cannons, but in order to properly focus your fire, if you have a bumper, it adds a little bit of space so you can have all your weapons target one area. And a little trick is target near the surface, not the back, so your weapons are aiming all at one point to puncture through the armor and then spread out inside the ship. When building a ship, internal armor is very important, particularly armor in front of shields. Shields only become cost effective when they are able to regenerate. Here's a classic example of in a fight, Everything's been broken out in front, but because of the armor in front of the shields haven't gone down yet, and they're going to be able to regenerate and help protect the main ship for even longer. One last important tip. Join my Discord. I've just set up a Discord linked in the description. In the Discord, I'm going to be doing teaching events. You can submit ships to me for a new series I will be doing called Pimp My Ship, where I take your ships and make them much more efficient and fix them up. More excitingly, I'll be hosting a tournament somewhat soon, details to be announced, for cash prizes to celebrate hitting 2,000 subscribers. Or somewhere between maybe 20 and $100 split among top places. Have a great day.